In truth, it is all of those things. Good afternoon. It's a very special Monday holiday edition of the Bumper to Bumper program. We are here until, I believe, 6:30 tonight. How many people, Gaardsy, do you believe are off? Is this Flag Day today? What is today?
Today is President's Day,
President's Day, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's a legal holiday, correct?
It is.
So no U.S. Post Office stuff will be delivered today.
Correct.
The post offices are not open. Most, I think, stores, restaurants, malls are open today, correct?
I think so, yeah.
What's the percentage of people, the average rube, the percentage of people who get this as a day off? Because I think it's a legal holiday here at iHeart as well.
Yes.
Technically, because it's shut down. Not that you can always tell the difference here, but it looks and smells like a mausoleum.
It's dark. Yeah, it's dark. I think most people have the day off. Now, is most 60%, 70%?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because it is a legal holiday, so I think technically you almost have to have it off if you want it. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
I think that's right. They can't, I don't think a lot of businesses can force you to work this day.
No.
But then some people do.
A lot of people do, probably.
Well, let me know via the Bradshaw and Bryan KFAN text line, 646-86.
The added complication is if you're a parent, because your kids are off. We know that.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless maybe they're at a private school that doesn't really bother with the holidays as much as some others.
Right.
So that's the added complication why some people may have to take the day off.
Interesting.
I know that, like you mentioned, like it's a legal holiday for us when you try, because I have before, to do vacation days on this day. They don't even let you. They just say, we refuse to accept your vacation day. You're ours. This is a legal holiday. You're off.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So there you go.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to count it against your vacation
That's my
period.
point.
Yeah,
I'm not complaining about it.
I
I'm
thought
saying
you were maybe complaining.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
And so it's a nice deal.
That's not bad at all. We welcome one and all, whether you are working today or not, and that you're, maybe giving us a minute or two on what should be a very controversial edition of today's broadcast. I'm, as we speak, trying to get the login going via, is it called Hip Cricket? I think it's called Hip Cricket.
For the old text line?
Yeah, for the old text
Bradshaw
line
and
to
Bryan
try to get that going. Now it says, we called your phone but didn't receive the expected response. Try again. That's false, but maybe we'll try it one more time. It's become, as I said, one of the more stunning. I never thought, like I said, okay, what are some of the challenges going to be here at iHeart over the decades? And little did I know that this issue, trying to first log in to your email, then to log into the Hip Cricket system so we can get the Bradshaw and Bryan KFAN text line open, would end up being one of the most challenging items in all of the 30 years I've been here at iHeart. That it would become, maybe it's a game that in the end they feel, the big shots feel, or the computer mavens feel, make us safer and make us more vital, that we have to go through this process. You know what I'm saying?
I know I feel vital after having gone through it.
It's pretty remarkable. We've got two guests scheduled for today right now. Is that right?
Correct.
Because it sounds like Russo is playing hard to get. I know he's busy. He's at the Winter Olympics.
Yep.
Close circuit to Mike Russo. You're not the first reporter to cover a Winter Olympics. I know you think you are, but you're not. Many of us have covered many different events. Many different Olympics. And frankly, we had more to have to cover. He can at least specialize in hockey, right? Men's and women's hockey. Some of us had to go to the mountains occasionally, had to do the luge occasionally, had to do, you name it. I mean, bobsled.
Curling, skeleton, biathlon.
I never did curling.
Was it big back then?
I don't know. Did it exist in the Winter Olympics back then?
I'm sure it existed. Yeah.
I don't think I covered any curling. I think I covered 4 winters and 3 summer. And I don't believe I ever covered any curling. But I'll double check because sometimes my memory does indeed escape me. I don't even know how to explore this, but You're aware, I think, that noon to 3, they have, over a period of time, developed a bit that has made millions. It's called the Preposterous Statement Tournament.
I've heard of it, yeah.
And I think they just had well, you were part of the
yes.
drawing again, correct?
Yes, I'm one of the analysts for the statements.
Are you on it?
No.
Did you make it?
I didn't. It's the one tournament I've never won here, is what I always like to say. I've won the initials.
I don't even think I've made it for
I've
the
won
last
program
several years.
password.
Yeah.
Well, you should take a long, hard look at yourself.
You think I need to get more preposterous?
Perhaps.
That could be it. Maybe that's the answer. And it's called the PST, right?
The PST.
Preposterous Statement Tournament.
That's all you need to say.
You know what I was thinking of today as I was sort of surveying the material available to us from this past weekend in the abyss? Is it time we started, with all the proper salutes to noon to 3 and the Preposterous Statement Tournament, the Profound Statement Tournament?
Oh.
Another PST, the Profound Statement Tournament. Because if we did, I think even though the date is Feb 16, and I think this was uttered yesterday on Feb 15 rather. Can't even do that math. Can't even follow the calendar. I submit to you it might have held up as the winner in the Profound Statement Tournament on the Bumper to Bumper show. You know the statement?
I don't, but I'm curious.
You familiar with a rising star who plays for the San Antonio Spurs, Davey, Victor Wembanyama?
I'm familiar with Wemby.
Okay. Some of you have seen the comment. Some of you maybe have yawned at it. And I'm here to tell you, you shouldn't yawn at something stated that is this profound. Now, we can argue whether it needed to be, that it should be profound, that it should be viewed as profound and worthy of celebration. You could say, well, that's sick that has to be considered a profound statement or a statement worthy of winning the Profound Statement Tournament. But I'm here to tell you that's the case, because that's the climate in the sports world we live in. Here's the quote. Yesterday, Dateline, Los Angeles, California, All-Star Game weekend. It's the game we love. Being competitive is the least I can do.
Believe.
In all seriousness.
Tear to my eye.
You could argue that it's preposterous that it would be considered profound, or that it needs to be considered profound, because it should be, one would argue, in a better culture, stating the obvious. Stating it, in fact, in a way that you shouldn't even have to state it at all. It was so obvious. Well, yeah, being competitive is the least we can do. But the backdrop has to be taken under consideration. And the backdrop is what? A league that is finally acknowledging that due to its own, dare I say, what's the word I'm looking for? Lack of leadership or absence of leadership, now acknowledges is a significant issue. That's the issue of irresponsible tanking, not responsible tanking, which I think has a place. And once upon a time, I think made it easy to not get all worked up over it. But irresponsible tanking. And the same league continues to try to jump through a series of hoops, pun intended, to find the magic sweet spot that will convince its best players to try during NBA All-Star Weekend. That's the backdrop. And that's why Wemby made the statement he did. And thank God he did, because you know who noticed?
Ant-Man.
Anthony Edwards. Now, actually, in a perfect world for me, it's Anthony Edwards who says it, and Victor follows him. But Anthony was honest enough to say, so Wemby said, and we followed him. Now, I will still argue with you that the permutations of, you need some kind of a 25-page guide, pronunciation key to understand exactly whatever that series of games, short games, 12-minute quarter games, results in allegedly an all-star game. If you put it all together, it's like one all-star game. I don't understand it. I think there were 3 teams.
Yeah.
And then they play each other, and then there was round robin, and whoever beats it. And I still don't even know which team won.
It's more complicated than getting into the Bradshaw and Bryan KFAN text line.
Exactly. All of that is indeed the case. But I mean, why did it take a kid? Why did it take? And I worry that it's going to get sucked out of them. That there are going to be other veteran players said, "What did you say, man? Don't say that again. What are you doing? We're the country club. In the country club, you keep the secret. You stay together. You don't call anybody out." And he did it slyly because he didn't technically call anybody. He said, being competitive is the least I can do. He made it about himself, which was very smart. He didn't say we can do, which would indicate others need to be called out as well. But I look at that quote, and I'm just saying that's in 2026, sadly, profound statement tournament worthy, maybe even winning the whole thing. Something that once upon a time was so obvious, people didn't think they needed to say it out loud. So what are you saying that for? Well, yeah, what are we here for? Of course. You compete. That's what sports is supposed to be, being competitive. By the way, whether it's for the NBA Finals or even for an All-Star game. Although I'll even grant that there's degrees. I mean, I think you can go back to the Magic days, Magic Larry Bird days, and you could say, did they compete as hard against each other in an All-Star game as they did NBA Finals? I would say no.
Right.
But I think
the gap wasn't so big.
The gap wasn't this gargantuan, enormous gap that does exist today. So, again, if we had a profound statement tournament, I would nominate Victor Wembby as our winner without even having a bracket or a tournament or whatever else Common does with it. It's the game we love. Being competitive is the least I can do.
Did you see the other little... They must not have put that in this story that he said within that quote?
No.
It's the game we love, and then this part, it's a game I personally cherish.
Yes, I did hear that. Yes.
Oh, that's good.
How good is that?
I personally cherish.
And I think he means it.
He does.
I don't think he's saying it because he feels like that's what I'm supposed to say.
He does.
In my position. That's all good. That's all to the good as well. Bonus bucks?
Grand in your hand bonus bucks is off today. Okay. I think it's back tomorrow.
Oh, even bonus bucks takes a holiday.
Oh, yeah.
On a legal holiday.
It sure does, but not us.
No, we're here. Although we get the day, right? Isn't this called a comp day in the business?
I mean, it's pretty loose, so yeah.
Yeah, I think we get it back.
We can get it back if we need it.
One way or the other. Very quickly, we've got John Athletic at 5:30, correct?
Yes.
And we've got Tom Crean scheduled for 4:02 this very afternoon. And a lot of other things, including what's going to have to be a significant ode to a dead guy today. We'll give you some sneaky performances by the individual who's passed away, the outstanding, accomplished actor who's passed away that you probably didn't even think of. You might not even know these movies existed. And we're going to give you some of those because I think at least two of them are among the most underrated performances of his illustrious career.
Yeah.
That Steph Curry hit from the NBC booth. Have you seen that's gone viral too? Have you seen it?
No.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
And far be it from me to doubt the shooting wizardry of the greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
But did he make it on his first try, or did the video only indicate we're going to put it up there when he made it? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I'm just curious. I mean, I'd rather have the truth and said, well, he took 5 shots at it, but he did make it. But I don't know the answer to that question. It's an astonishing shot, even if he tried 50 times and made it once. And you can find the video online. I found it via something called Hoop Central. You're a big Hoop Central guy, aren't you?
Love it, yeah. I'm surprised I missed it in my daily Hoop Central.
Look at all of the text coming in early to the broadcast. This is from Grant in Maple Grove. Noon to 3, preposterous statement tournament, except no imitation. 3 to 6:30, profound statement tournament. 9 to noon, purple statement tournament. 5:30 to 9 a.m., pornographic statement tournament. All PSDs. All the same lettering. Get the point? Hopefully the profundity from Wemby extrapolates to the rest of the Wolves roster. Can you comment on the Michael Jordan kerfuffle? I don't know what to think. What am I missing something on MJ?
Which kerfuffle?
Is there a new one?
Not that I've heard.
The last thing I'd read about Michael Jordan this weekend was his automotive team.
Oh,
won. Is there some kerfuffle about it?
Well, the only thing I've seen is there's some like kid that's like part of his team, like maybe another person, like an ownership group or whatever.
Gotcha.
And MJ was like tickling him and like, poking him in the back and doing all this stuff to him. And people were wondering if that was weird or normal.
Oh, I see.
That might be the kerfuffle that they're discussing.
Boy, that seems like a thin read, but okay. I haven't seen the video. I don't know. Let me get to some more texts. I had some good material here for this segment, but I love these texts coming in. You don't understand how a 3-team round-robin tournament works, really? Well, maybe the better way to put it is, and I stand by this, and I've heard the reviews from people who actually watched it. I didn't. That it was better. But I'll stand by my position on this, which is, if you have to work this hard to constantly remake the game, 12-minute quarters, or whatever it was they were playing, in which the 3 teams participate in a round robin, if you have to work that hard and move the pieces around and the players around, then I will continue to believe it's not worth doing. People are acting like this was this great, that this is worthy of great celebration. You know why? It's simply because they're relieved that it wasn't as embarrassing as it was before. That, to me, is not enough to celebrate it. So it's more that than not understanding how a 3-team round-robin tournament means.
I think Steph just grabbed the ball and shot it. I think this was live.
Seriously?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, then that is absurd.
That's Steph Curry, though.
Well, he's absurd.
Yeah.
I mean, you see him do stuff all the time where he bounces the ball in the court.
Yeah.
He does it from half court all the time through.
He'll do like a full court one from the other tunnel and then run in. He did it before the Wolves played there.
And we passed on him twice.
You know, my oldest son.
I hate Brady. I know that's old news. It still is worthy of discussion every once in a while when you see that.
Yeah.
This is the greatest shooter who ever lived, Steph Curry. And I don't think this is a preposterous statement for next year, for 2026. He is literally, I think, one of the 10 most popular basketball players who ever lived. He might even be higher on the list.
Yeah,
I'm not saying best.
No.
I'm saying popular.
Right.
With the masses and with everybody else.
Yes.
He reinvented the game. He brought shooting, the art of shooting, back into the game as something cool again.
Changed how people space, how people play, how they run offense. My oldest son, who of course was not alive for that draft, hit me with that within the last week.
He discovered it, unfortunately.
Why did the Timberwolves not draft him twice? And what do you even say to an 11-year-old?
How long is that going to take?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so
we're just trying to get to school. The drive's like 8 minutes. We don't have that much time to explain.
Does he know who the Meerkat is?
No. Well, he does. I think he knows who David Kahn is. I didn't mention that we call him the Meerkat yet. That'll be for when he's older, maybe. But how do you explain that to an 11-year-old who only knows Steph Curry? And how do you explain it to anybody? It's unexplainable.
It's inexplicable.
But someone who's learning about it, in a history book, trying to make sense of it all, you can't even really explain it.
Curling returned as a medal sport, Jonathan from Bloomington writes, in 1998. So Dan may not have covered
There you
curling.
go. You wouldn't have.
What would be in my last Olympics? Yeah, because I quit the paper in 2004 or 2002. I can't even remember. It's been that long. That might be true. Although somebody else is saying that curling was in 1929 the first Winter Game, first sport. But maybe it went away and then came back.
Yeah,
is that
that's
possible?
Happened. Yes, it's happened for other sports.
In healthcare, there are no such things as holidays, right? 701 guy. There's, I'm sure, a lot of truth to that.
No doubt.
Dan, I need to provide clarity from a text on Friday. In addition to other sled-based events, there is also the monobob, single-person bobsled. I don't even remember that. Is that true?
I don't know.
The monobob, or is he just trying to get me going?
It seems like an odd thing to make fun to get you going on.
Well, no, yeah, but you know how that works. 25 plus years of work, 6 different companies have never had President's Day off. Think most people actually have to work today. Interesting. My employer gives us the main holidays plus 2 floating holidays we can use whenever we want, like this day, MLK, Jewish high holidays, etc. I treat the floating holidays like regular PTO days. And my public school kids have school today? Wow. I didn't think any schools were open on President's Day. Did you?
No,
Public schools,
not.
I was surprised.
The Monobob debuted officially in 2022.
Interesting. Menominee, Wisconsin had school today. That's Darren checking in from Knapp, Wisconsin. Where is Knapp?
Knapp?
Yes.
I was actually just in Wisconsin yesterday. Knapp is near the Dells.
Huh. Can confirm as a tax CPA in Fargo, we are 100% open and in office today. Delivery guy here, so I get to see a lot of business daily. I think most places are open today. Only things really closed are government, schools, and banks. I bet 75% of places are open today. That's not very patriotic of us, is it? Are we unpatriotic working today?
We must be.
It's President's Day, you told me. Of course, I didn't even know what the holiday was, which
you would have gotten there eventually.
Tells you what kind of patriot I am.
You would have figured it out. Well, yeah, your first guess was Flag Day, which we also don't celebrate around here.
We don't?
I mean, I'm sure we celebrate
When is Flag Day? Isn't that in February, too?
Flag Day is in June or July.
That's close.
Yeah.
That's not even close. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people, us construction rubes, are swinging hammers today. Dan. So, nurse working, that's Love the Grum gal. Well, that goes back to the medical deal earlier. The folks there is in the health business, there is no such thing, I don't think, as a day off. 2 U.S. women medaled today in the monobob. I don't remember ever hearing about the monobob. Gold and bronze. Either of them ours. Either of them from Minnesota.
Minnesotans? I don't know. We'll have to check who they were.
I do have a... well, this wouldn't be, they like us, they really like us. This would be more like we like them, we really like them. We'll get to that when we come back. As I said, Ode to a Dead Guy will be a big part of the program today. A number of people have already offered up some opinions and some ideas, so we'll hold on to those texts as well. And as I said, about a half hour from now, we'll check in with Tom Crean, who does really all kinds of Wolves analysis now and has joined us via TV. And has joined us for the last couple of years. We'll get maybe his view of the All-Star weekend, or maybe we won't really spend much time on it and just catch up regarding the Wolves and some other professional basketball issues. Maybe he has an opinion on the tanking concept and how it might be, if not resolved, just eased a little bit. And then Johnny Athletic on everything at 5:30.
Never miss your chance to know what the latest sports news is in town, chances to win tickets, and knowing what's going on with all your favorite KFAN shows. All of it on KFAN 1003 on all of our social channels like Instagram, TikTok, and X. Stay connected. Follow the sports leader, KFAN.
A couple of our intrepid unpaid reporters are suggesting that Steph Curry made that shot, that impossible shot from the I guess the TV press area, whatever, on his fourth attempt. First two shots were near misses. Third was behind the backboard. And the fourth, which appeared to be the last ball they had up there in the set, was a make.
So when the pressure was on.
He nailed it.
Yeah.
He nailed it. That's it. Gaardsy, you're being corrected. Knapp is by Menominee, Wisconsin, according to one of our listeners.
Yeah, Menominee, near the Dells.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very true, Davey. One bit of breaking... This would be A-section news and, unfortunately, Toy Department news. I don't know if you had heard about this story. I had not. Dateline, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Do you see that a shooting took place during a hockey game? A suspect and one victim are dead and 4 people hospitalized this afternoon after a shooting during a hockey game at Lynch Arena in Pawtucket. Officials tell one of the local TV stations, WPRI.com. Or WPRI. The arena is an indoor ice skating rink on Andrew D. Furlan Way. A 2 p.m. game between Coventry and a group of Blackstone Valley schools had been scheduled for that time. Authorities said the deceased suspect was a man and the deceased victim a woman. Investigators are examining whether the incident was a domestic dispute. And the condition of the people in the hospital, unknown as of about an hour ago. No names had been released. One student leaving the rink said he recalled hearing several bangs. I've watched the video of it. You can hear the bangs, and then you can hear the players are on the ice. They start scurrying. People in the benches start scurrying as well. roughly a dozen shots can be heard in a video of the game live stream that is circulating on media. Shooting, not surprisingly, triggered a massive police response. The governor said he was aware of the situation, monitoring developments. All district students have been accounted for and are safe. Plans to reunite families were still being developed. If we get any more information on that, I don't know. The indications early seem to be it might have been a domestic situation, which does not exactly minimize it, but if we get more information on it, we will attempt to do so. Can you hit our glorious Winter Olympics sounder? If you can't play it for this story, then it can't be played at all. Tom Crean coming up, as I said, at 4:02 today, and Johnny Athletic, 5:30. Ode to a Dead Guy is also going to be featured quite prominently today. You may have seen it. NBC stations' local market ratings. What does it confirm? It confirms that every day that we discuss in detail the Winter Olympiad, we are justified, we are validated, and we will continue to celebrate the Winter Games. So far, local market ratings, we are in a first-place tie with, wait for it, we being Minneapolis. This says Minneapolis. Does that mean...
I'm pretty sure Minneapolis, St. Paul is... I'm pretty sure St. Paul's included.
Is that typical, just St. Paul not getting proper credit?
Must be.
We are tied with Fort Myers.
Yeah.
Now, is that because half of Minnesota resides in Fort Myers? A lot of the retired folks have ended up in Fort Myers?
That's 100% the allegation and the theory.
Yeah. The rating is 14.9 for both markets. We have a 23 share. Fort Myers a 22. Third place is Milwaukee, Pittsburgh 4, Dayton, Ohio 5, St. Louis, Missouri 6, West Palm Beach 7.
We love it over here. Growing the game.
Richmond 8, Cleveland and Kansas City are tied for 9th.
So it skews northern for sure.
Definitely skews northern. I see Denver's tied at the bottom, tied for 15th with Cincinnati. I guess the southernmost place would either be Oklahoma City or well, that would be more further south than Richmond, right? But I mean, Virginia is considered a southern state. So there you have it. We have Salt Lake City actually has a larger share than we do. Their share is 24, but their rating is 11.2. So that's about 3 points behind us. I want to also thank our good friend Boyd Hooper, who brought this, emailed me earlier today to make sure I had not missed it. And as it turns out, I hadn't, but I'm glad he was still thinking of us. So yeah, the numbers confirm what I think should be obvious, but it's a good reminder that, and look, I'm assuming it skews heavily towards hockey and figure skating. Generally, those are the two that carry the day on the Olympics. But I think people will dabble in pretty much anything if they are into it. And, this year, again, you got the time difference, but you have in this streaming world, and even with NBC, they're running so much stuff live that you can, if you want to, watch the thing all day. You can watch in and out of it all day. Yeah.
Especially with Peacock, too.
Correct.
Because, they put stuff on USA, they put stuff on CNBC, but then Peacock, I watched the women's hockey semifinal today on Peacock for 30 minutes before I realized that I was watching it on Peacock.
Yes.
Because I figured I was just watching it on NBC. Mm-hmm. But, my son pulled it up on Peacock. And that's what I'm like, what's up with the signal? Well, the internet wasn't great, so we had to get that going.
Yeah, that hurts.
But it was great. Yeah. You can watch whatever you want. It's beautiful. It's
an outstanding thing is what it is. By the way, speaking of the Winter Olympics, I never got a final score. The U.S. women Olympic hockey team played again today. Did they dominate?
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, I believe it was 5-rip. I know we shut them out. So we've given up
one goal the whole tournament so far, correct?
It's 27-1 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 1-0 for the longest time, and then the floodgates opened in the second period.
Did you see what happened in, again, I'm not a big dual, DUAL moguls guy, but did you see what happened on the dual moguls run? Again, I think this was earlier today.
Was that, somebody had a big crash out, right?
Well, there's a crash in it, but beyond that, the individual from Japan, Ikuma Horishima, finished with the silver medal, and what made this interesting was he completed the run. He hit the finish line backwards.
Right.
Which it's not illegal. I don't think it's recommended, but he had put himself, I guess it was you do all sorts of contortions and flips and all kinds of things. Yep. So he ended up, I think, making some semblance of history, crossing the finish line with his basically facing back up the course, the front of his body. His butt and his back and his feet get to the finish line first before the rest of them does. Apparently, Winter Olympic history.
Whatever gets it done.
Who's to say?
Whatever gets you to the podium.
Also, what do we make of the... apparently, there's an ongoing cheating scandal controversy involving Canada and Sweden
in curling, right?
In curling,
yeah.
That's correct. Things called the double touch and the hog line. Do you know what the hog line is in curling?
No.
I have no idea what the hog line is. I'm sure
the double touch made sense.
Yeah, that made sense. The hog line, I don't know what it is, but those are at the center of this particular controversy. I think we touched on it a little bit Friday, but it's gotten more intense. So Friday, again, to recap some of what we got into then, it's Canada-Sweden, and the Swedes accused the Canadian curlers of grazing the stone with their fingertips after they'd already released it, which is apparently against the rules. The move is known as a double touch, described here as extremely illegal. Canada's Mark Kennedy did not take kindly to said accusation.
Yeah.
His reply was, bleep off. Then after an 8-6 Canada victory, Sweden alleged that Canada's double touches circumvented electronic monitoring equipment, which apparently uses sensors on the handle of the stone, but not the stone itself. Then back to Mark Kennedy of Canada. He's still accusing us of cheating, and I didn't like it, so I told him where to stick it. Unquote.
Nothing like the Olympic spirit.
So here's the way it's been explained in this story to me. A curling stone slows down as it crosses the ice. We know that, right?
Yep.
Due to what's described as the immutable laws of physics. But as journal writer guy, I don't have the byline name here, says this scandal over the weekend, the scandal rocking this quiet mountain town has only picked up speed. World Curling got in on it. The officials, they said, they offered a clarification of the double touch rule, emphasizing the critical importance of the hog line. What's the hog line? The point after which no contact with the stone is allowed. Quote.
It's the red line for those if you're watching.
Yes. Touching the granite at any time during the forward motion is not allowed, the statement read. Yet, images circulated online that seem to show the granite being grazed by Canadian fingertips. And on Saturday, the Swiss men's team also accused Canada of the same infraction. Kennedy, our guy Kennedy from Canada, he's back. He believes it's the result of a vast conspiracy against his team. He believes the Swedes were trying to win by technicality instead of skill on the ice. So on social media, he's even alleging, I should say, he's not alleging, there's speculation that the Swedes planted a secret camera to capture the telltale angle. They've come up with a plan here at the Olympics, said Kennedy, to catch teams in the act. It was planned right from the word go. Well, does that mean he's acknowledging they cheated?
Well, that's it. That's what I'm saying.
That doesn't sound like you're taking the high ground on it.
Right.
It's almost like, is that the old Ben Lieber line? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying?
Pretty much.
Or is that Peter Bursic? I can't remember.
I think that's more of a Bursic thing.
Yeah. World Curling announced it would position judges to monitor double touching violations at future Olympics events, a level of scrutiny that came into play with the Canadian women's team on Saturday when Rachel Holman was called for a double touch. What's with the Canadians?
She had a stone removed, I
Play
think.
by the rules.
Yep.
0% chance is what she said. There's no way. I'd love to see a video. But the double touch rule that has emerged as a flashpoint has this time there's no such thing as official video replay, which means the only chance to relitigate this controversy would come in the medal rounds if Sweden, with just one win in 5 matches, can actually make it there. So there you have it. There's one of your, I guess, significant cheating scandal, or at least accusations of cheating.
Well, Kevin Seifert, I think, would argue that you need to get this right. If there's double touching going on, there needs to be, and you need replay, you got to bring it in. There have been some great videos and memes and AI-generated stuff with the Canadian guy and the double touch.
Is that true?
Yeah, like scoring in hockey, basketball.
I did see that.
There's some really good ones.
I saw the hockey one. It was brilliant. Yeah, it was very, very well done. It was absolutely outstanding. This is from Thinking Ain't Gal. Can't get over the brilliance of JG's Louis impression. Menominee, Wisconsin is over 2 hours from the Dells, defined right by.
It's near the Dells.
I can't even. At this point, I can't even. It's just amazing. Didn't a NASCAR driver finish Daytona 500 in reverse yesterday? I don't know.
Could have.
But that I bet you happens a decent amount, I would think, right? Under dangerous situations. I don't know, where you lose control of your vehicle. The Japanese mogul guy advanced in his heat because his competitor missed a gate, disqualifying him. Japan guy just had to cross the line to advance. Same thing happened to the American gal that got silver. She crashed in her semis and finished a while later while her competitor went off course and was DQ'd. That's from Grant out of Maple Grove. So there you have it. So again, the hog line, I'm guessing Lavelle knows that term because he's
embedded.
A curling guy pretty much,
yes,
right?
He was there in St. Paul yesterday, 7 a.m., I think, right? That was his plan?
That's what he said he was going to do. What did he send? He both sent us a text about something Friday. What was that? Friday night.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and look.
Was it something
Neither one of us
outrageous?
responded.
No. Sometimes I don't, I admit. You never do. You're bored with them.
To Lavelle?
Yeah.
Oh, someone wrote him a sports haiku because we were talking about that on
stuff.
Friday.
Yeah, the sports haiku stuff. Yeah, that's exactly it. So, will you remind me of the name of the quad god? I just think quad god. It's
Ilanan.
Ilanan. Yeah, that's his last name. We watched in real time him crash and burn, right, at the men's finals event.
Ilya Malinin.
Maybe the worst performance of his career.
Yeah.
And quoted from Scott Hamilton and kind of laid it out. What we didn't have a chance, or I didn't have a chance to do then at least, was necessarily listen to what he had to say after with first NBC, and then he did kind of that, there's that mixed, they call it the mixed zone, where athletes, competitors are brought, you're on like one side of a low wall. I mean, the jackals are, and the athlete is on the other side. It's called the mixed zone, where you have an opportunity. It's not like, in American sports where you go to the locker room. You don't get in any locker rooms, as I recall it, or rarely. Right. It's more in the mixed zone after competition. And what I have to say is what a number of people have suggested. I've rarely witnessed or heard or watched an individual who presented himself or herself more professionally and gracefully under what had to be extreme duress. And I'm not saying, he should win the Nobel Peace Prize or anything. I get it. This is sports. But I just thought he was not defensive about what happened. He didn't at least outwardly mope about it. He didn't bite off his answers. He didn't do the old, well, what do you want me to say? He answered the questions and pretty much said, yeah, I just had, one of the worst performances of my career. He seemed to own it. And I'm thinking, what is he? I think he's like 22.
Yeah, he's young.
And I'm thinking, my guess is he won a lot of people over who weren't even really paying that much attention to figure skating, men's figure skating, simply by the way he conducted himself afterwards. Because we've all seen it. We've all been there for some of it. Like I said, short answers, get me out of here. Are you really asking me that? That's the stupidest question.
Right. We see it a lot.
We see it all the time. And I just thought he handled himself really, really classily again, it's silly to say because, again, no lives are at stake, but the whole Olympics were marketed around 5 people, at least on the American side. He's one of them. Might have been at the top of the list or certainly, right below
Lindsey Vonn.
Vonn, and who's the other skier? Schifrin.
Yep, Michaela.
Who, by the way, again, Sunday finished 11th.
It's a different pressure.
Her first Olympics, she won gold, I think, twice. And since then, she hasn't been able to do anything in the Olympics, but I digress. But he's right there with it. And so whether he's asking for it or not, the heat on him is dramatic for all that. And in the moment right after, to not want to curl up in the fetal position and say, I'm not going to talk to you, or I'm going to talk to you guys a little, I'm going to bite off a couple answers, I'm going to get out of here. I just thought it was an impressive performance. I don't know if you heard it or saw it.
I did. The other thing I heard, a couple of things that I heard that were interesting was after he got out of the interview and some of the mix zone, somebody noted that basically the Chris Long of Washington, D.C. grabbed him. And because this guy's been covering him for like 7, 8, 9 years, he basically got like an exclusive with them. Like it was just, so somebody just, for a media person like me, I just appreciated that. Like the person that's been covering him since he's like 9.
Good point.
He gave him time, which is really cool.
It is.
Like Dawn Staley does that, like with all the local media for South Carolina. She can talk to anybody, right? But she gives everybody a one-on-one because she appreciates the coverage. I thought that was cool.
No, it is.
Hearing Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski talk about it with Tirico Friday night was also very interesting because they've been in the same position and they might not have
crashed like to that
buckled
degree
as much, but they talked about the pressure. And Lipinski talked about, I won everything. I'd been winning everything. And then I get to the Olympics and I'm about to start and I'm thinking about every sacrifice that my parents have made, how our whole lives have revolved around this. And I'm about to start. She said, and that never happened before and it never happened since. That was fascinating.
It got to her.
She said, you start to think, and that's the one thing you can't do. And then Weir mentioned, as you're going through the routine, especially if it doesn't happen very often, like they're trained where, okay, I was supposed to do a quad, but I only got a triple. Okay, I got to make that up somewhere. And then you're thinking, okay, where can I do that? And then that one doesn't work. And he just says it just cascades in your head.
Yes.
When one thing goes wrong, and especially if you weren't expecting it, all of a sudden you're triaging this thing in real time while you're still going. You don't get to call it timeout.
Yep.
It was really, really insightful, I thought. And I thought it was those two. I mean, what they're paid to do, what they're brought there to do is tell us what we have no idea about. And I thought they were spectacular in doing that.
It brings it home, in a very significant way. Hey, Menominee is 2 hours away from the Dells guy. Must be your first day from 3 to 6. St. Louis is also right next to the Dells. It's heartbreaking in the new guy. Yeah, there is probably some truth.
But once you're in, you're in.
I hope so. I'd like to think that that's indeed the case. Canada double touch, Vaughn on a crutch, Malinan not clutch. I blew the line. Coverage at 5. Wolves in 5. He did it twice. He tried it with. I like Wolves in 5 better, but I ruined the rhyme. Canada double touch, Vaughn on a crutch, Malinan not clutch. Wolves in 5. That's pretty good.
It's good stuff.
That's not bad at all.
Keep him coming.
Keep him coming.
He's not taking President's Day off.
What else do we need to... Oh, this is from Grant. This is a callback from Maple Grove regarding our buddy, the Canadian curler, who apparently thinks you ain't trying... If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. What's his name? I had his name. Kennedy is his last name. What's the first name here? I had it. Mark Kennedy. So by the Canadian curler's logic, if I get a ticket for going 20 miles per hour over the limit, I should blame the cop for setting up a speed trap to catch me breaking the law. Although we've all been there, probably. But I like the analogy.
Near the Dells. The speed trap's on 94.
That is 100% true. Are the Gaardsy and Barreiro equivalents of up at KFAN Ottawa or whatever having a "we are getting jobbed by the officials" segment today? What does KFAN... What does Ottawa mean? What's the Ottawa part? I don't understand the joke. Do you?
Maybe because Canada got called for the double
maybe
touch.
That's what it was. Yeah, that could be jobbed by. Yeah. Well, have we been jobbed by the officials by anything lately?
I don't think
the U.S.
so.
That's calmed down a little bit
Yeah.
after it looked like the start was we were going to get jobbed in every event.
Well, we called them out, and then they got right.
They got it right.
Yeah.
Nobody's flopping anymore. That's what you're saying.
Exactly right.
That's what it is.
Yeah, there's no Doris Burks, celebrating it.
All right, let's do this. Let's make this the top of the hour pause. Johnny Athletic is going to join at 5:30 this evening. We've got Top 5 at 5 yet to come. We've got a very special edition of Ode to a Dead Guy to get to. But when we come back, let's catch up with our old buddy Tom Crean. Let's talk some basketball with Mr. Crean. He is coming up next here on The Fan.